Stars and show. Selling Wilson from Rap Radar.
Yeah, brother Malcolm. Woo! Get your hat out here. We're in Brooklyn. Let's welcome Mac Miller. Brother Malcolm. Pittsburgh in the house.
How you feeling
man.
out there, everybody? We good?
Yeah, you gotta greet these people, man. These are hardcore.
Yeah, man, good people. Hey.
Yeah, if you crying off top, don't cry. We just getting started. Don't cry.
You guys get questions after. He'll do the interview first.
You know what else is making your fans feel good out here, man? Your best album, man.
The album?
This album,
See,
man.
look, I was back there, and it's funny because you were like, this is his best album yet. And like, I definitely felt that there were people like, no.
Faces, motherfucker. I love the mixtapes.
Like, there's some people like, yeah, but people are like, nah, it's okay.
You don't think it is?
What
about you?
I think it is.
Okay, well, tell them why. If they don't think it is, why do you think it is?
I think, look, when we're going to albums, we got 3 to choose from. Okay.
Yeah.
Those ones that you said. And this one to me is, it makes sense together and there's no filler to me. That's me, you know, I don't think any of the songs are boring. I had a point and it came across. Like I think it did what I wanted it to do. Yeah. And I just think it's the culmination of a lot of work, so that's why.
And you said like you didn't want to do, like you felt the music had got way depressing and kind of the mood tones and stuff, and this one you wanted to be kind of
just
more
a little more
fun.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the other thing, is I'm reading a lot of places that people are like, oh, it's happy. Like, I don't think it's not depressing, you know?
Yeah.
Because I didn't want it to be depressing because you have to exist in the world you create. So if I make a depressing album, my whole tour is depressing. Then
the depression tour.
The late night performances are depressing. The energy is depressing, which is a beautiful thing sometimes, but I just didn't feel like spending 4 more depressed months.
But your mission was to create an album that wasn't that you
that wasn't
perform.
depressing. But I don't think it's happy though. Like
Yeah.
I see all these people like, man, like those aren't the only 2 emotions. It's not like you're either depressed or happy. There's like a middle ground, which is just like.
So what do you
reality.
think the emotion is that you tapped into the most that you want your audience to understand? It's
self-aware, you know what I mean? But not self-aware in the sense of, Faces was self-aware, but Faces was self-aware kind of looking into the mirror like, I don't like this guy. And how Faces was constructed, though, is the more layers you pulled back, the more pain that was in there, right? But this is like self-aware, but it's like looking in the mirror like, hey, that guy's all right, you know?
Yeah. Because you got through it, right? A lot of it's you overcoming, you felt that your usage of these things had gotten a little too far.
Yeah. But, you know, it's like, you know, hey.
No, but you always say like, you said, I ain't saying that I'm sober, but I'm just in a better place.
Right. That's the main thing. It's not like but that's the other, like, I don't want this album to be like a Dare commercial. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like, it's not like I'm like, man, I went through it and now I've found Jesus. Like, it's like I'm just like ready to go. You know, I'm ready to work. So, but yeah, but that, I'm not gonna use the word bothered me, but I don't get that. I don't get like happy. It's not like, you know?
From a musical standpoint, because obviously people know you're not just a rapper, you're also a talented producer. So a lot of records you can make, you're very self-contained at times, but you also wanted to make an album that you felt like could resonate quicker to the average listener.
Right.
Like, how were you able to accomplish that with this album, do you think?
So I think as far as the language that was used, I wanted to be a bit more direct. Right? So it's really fun to be super abstract when you're writing. Cause you're in there and you're putting together words and you're like, you know, it's not it's not so much about the meaning. It's more like, you know, plastic bag in the sky. You know, like, this is my statement on society. And then, and then like,
Metaphor crazy.
right, and everyone's listening and they're like, man, this guy's deep, right? So for this album, I wanted it to be like, my friends were all calling it like my Jay-Z album.
Dude.
Because, which was tight, you know.
Like that.
I'll take it. Because it's just very like, this is what it is. Boom. You know, it's not like, it's just like I'm fucking here, you know, and I'm not going anywhere.
What do you think what's the song on the album you think kind of best reflects the difference of that in terms of your musical direction?
There's a couple ones that do it for different reasons. Like Weekend.
You like that song, that Miguel guy.
That Miguel guy, dude.
You guys became friends. Oh, you like Miguel.
I don't know if, I think we're friends. I tell everybody that at dinner parties. Yeah, fucking Miguel is my best friend. But Weekend I love because the hook just feels like a release, right? Like the verses are very like talking about, you know, different negative emotions and thoughts and things like that. And it kind of represents what the week feels like, you know, but a little deeper than that, you know, just kind of uses week to weekend as like bad to good, light at the end of the tunnel type thing. So like I love Weekend because it's just like, you're like, fuck shit, man. And then it's like, ah, you know what I mean? Like, there's like a moment.
Why do you think it was important to get Miguel on that record? Was that always your vision?
Because he sounds so pretty. Hey man, what's up, Miguel? I had sex to your song all the time.
Wifey's here somewhere.
She knows. It's with her.
See, you fornicate to some Miguel and you're like, yo, I gotta get this guy on my next album.
Yeah, that was awkward. Sorry, guys.
And that was some weird thing on social media, right? That's how you guys connected, and it wasn't really him or something? Like.
Well, I met him at Coachella. He had his arm around his girl. And when I went up to meet him, he was like, yo, I dap you up, but... And I was like, okay. And he was like, you know what? Dap me up.
There we go.
Like, fucking appreciate it, man. Thanks.
You earned that dap.
But no, so someone hacked me on Twitter. I mean, hacked him on Twitter. And we had like a long conversation till like, it was like 6 a.m, and I'm sitting there playing Batman. Like, Miguel really likes to talk. Like, this is awesome. He's like really like talkative. Miguel's really talkative. But you know, then I started getting wind that it was a hacker, so I started asking him like
ridiculous shit.
Like, yo, if you're really Miguel, where did we meet? And the hacker was like, you're really gonna make me do that, bro? You're really gonna make me do that? I was like, yeah. But yeah, so after Miguel caught wind of the hack, he called me up and said, hey man, I'm sorry. You know, because I thought my album was gonna leak. You know what I mean? So I was kind of tripping.
So you got in the studio together? Like, because he has a whole last part that's just him. Like, how did all that come together?
Right. Like, no, now that I have you on the phone, we get on this record. He's like, yeah. Comes to the studio, and this dude, he records himself, which was fucking crazy. He comes in, sits, me and the engineer just watching in amazement while he's just like, and like, just like killing it. And then he leaves, or he's about to leave, and I was like, no. I was like, no, for real. I was like, wait. He's like, all right, man, I gotta go. I'm like, wait, Miguel, please. If I could just have one more minute, I'd like you to do this bridge. So we wrote the bridge, and he fucking destroyed it. It's really amazing to watch, cause like rapping is cool. You know what I mean? Like you hear someone,
a lot of rappers,
right? Like you hear someone rap, and you're like, cool. You know, it's even at the point now where like everyone can rap well, so that's not enough. Like the dude coming like, you want to hear me rap? And I'm like, sure. And then he's good. Like, it's not like, oh, you're good, you're going to make it. It's like, you have a shitload of other stuff to do as well. But seeing someone sing like that is nuts.
Yeah. But you feel like that's one of the songs that most directly shows the
Yeah, just because it's like, just this light at the end of the tunnel is so nice. You know, it's just like the fucking, the work that it amounts to something. Yeah. You know, and it's a good feeling. And I just love it, you know. And I'd say that one, and then also Break the Law.
You like that a lot with your man, Juicy J, man.
Because Break the Law is just like, that shit is just hard, you know? For real. But because there's like moments, this is the thing, is there's moments where you're like, you know, some albums you're like, I really want this to mean a lot. I want this to have a deeper meaning. Like, I should be making statements about this and that, what's going on in the world. And then you remember, like, Mixtape Wayne. And then you're like, oh yeah, why the fuck would I do that, you know? Like, I could just spit bars. So I just wanted that. I didn't want to go too deep with this one.
So that's kind of Break the Law, and also I guess In the Bag too.
Right. Yeah, man. It's just like,
you're really popping your collar in the bag, man.
It's okay to feel yourself. Like, that's okay. I think that's an important thing that like, it's good and important to speak on issues, and that happens, and I'll do that, and there's more albums, there's more songs. But I think, you know, the world's fucked up. You know, so everyone making music about how fucked up the world is, it sucks. But I think it's not a bad idea to make some music that empowers people to make them feel like, ooh, I'm the shit. And when they say the words, they're like, I feel good. Like, that's what I want with this album. I want people to listen to the shit, drive in their car, and rap along to it. And when they get done with their drive, they feel like, oh, I'm kind of killing it right now.
Yeah. But you said that sometimes you struggle with confidence, and that's important when you're an artist to have that confidence. Like, sometimes you felt like you was kind of hiding behind the beat a little bit, right?
Yeah.
What happened? What?
No. So, yeah, you told me you insecure. Yeah.
No, you didn't tell me that.
No,
you did have a quote about sometimes you felt like you was hiding behind the beat sometimes. Like, you can make great beats, but you also want to match the incredible tracks you make with a certain level of like confidence as an artist, as a vocalist.
Yeah, well, everyone's insecure, by the way. It's true. Even rappers.
Of course.
Everyone besides Future is insecure. Future is not insecure. There's no way. How can you be Future and be insecure? Fucking, you're Future.
You like Future?
Yeah, dude, he's the greatest. So the first person to tell me I was hiding behind a beat was my lawyer.
Wow.
That shit was fucking wild. We're like, we're on the phone, and he kind of like pressed my line. Like, he was like, you're kind of like hiding behind a beat. What's going on? Like, you scared? I was like,
you're fired.
No, hell no, dude. He's the greatest fucking lawyer ever. And at first, I didn't really think about it because I think I got used to being quiet. You know, like, you go in there, and you're just kind of like, almost not mumbling, but you're just kind of like, hey, came with the bunch, hey, with the bunch, you know what I'm saying? Right? But then you realize that, like, because I think what the idea, because everything is for a purpose, right? So in my mind, the reason I was rapping like that is because it's like, oh, this shit is easy. I don't want to make it look like I'm putting in all this effort. It's just like,
effortless.
Kill it. It's cool. But then I realized it's cool. It's okay to try. Yeah. So, trying is good. So.
But it's also an issue, I think you said sometimes too, with, being a white rapper and what that means in the culture and stuff like that. Like, sometimes it's not tight for the white rapper to be super braggadocious at times,
it's not.
Right?
It's not. Yeah. It's not always tight.
No, but I see you still like, even like in the new issue of Fader, you and Vince Staples did an article about
the
white rappers' role today in the culture. Like, I didn't get to read the whole thing because it's not out yet, but why do you feel like you still want to address those issues, and like, what are you trying to express in that?
Well, okay, when I was younger, I didn't want to talk about race because I didn't want race to be involved with my music. I wanted it to just be music. But white people need to stop being uncomfortable talking about race, No, because I just think that it's such a thing where, like, race is a real thing. It's like it exists and it's okay. There's different races. That's fine. You know, it's not like this. Oh my God, race. You know, so it can be positive. So I think that now it's just kind of okay to speak on it and not be uncomfortable. Hi, I'm Mac Miller and I am white. You know? Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but I mean, you're someone that loves this culture and is such a student of it. And I think that you had expressed before, like with your success, it kind of influenced and opened doors for other artists that may not have been with the same intentions you had. And I know you weren't comfortable with that.
Like a bunch of rappers came out after me, and I'm not hating on anyone. Like good for everyone, you know. But everyone like blamed me for every bad white rapper that came out. For like, fuck this guy, you know.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I'll take it. But I don't know. It's just like.
No, you said you find your peace with it now.
No, I found my peace with it because I was part of the depression and the pain was like fuck, like am I here because I'm talented or because I'm white? Which one? You know, like what is the reason, right? So I think, you know, after a while I was like, man, fuck that. Stop being a bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, go do what you do. You love to do this and stop worrying so much what you being white has to do. Speak about it, talk about it, whatever. Yeah. But don't let that take away from what you love to do.
Because you felt like, obviously you realized being white may give you some advantage in marketing, but you want to more so be respected, and like, if it took longer for you, you willing to do that because of your dedication to the culture.
Respect is most important for me. So I definitely wanted to do it like that. And yeah, I think, you know, you see that being white is a little more marketable maybe. So like, you're like, damn, I don't want to take any shortcuts. I'm trying to come with the bars. So, but it's tight because what I'm really proud of with this album is that I felt like I was like here, right? And then I was like, you know what? Fuck this, and broke the whole thing and started back here, and now I'm back here. So like that's what I'm proud of is I took a big risk, and I feel like it's fine, it's paying off. You know, like I'm where I want to be. I'm doing what I want to do creatively.
Because with that great success, like with Blue Side Park, you got a lot of criticism, and a lot of the reviews were real negative. It seemed like a lot of it was also kind of personal. You know, like a lot of white critics criticizing a white rapper in a sense.
I don't know. White on white crime, man. Like, it's just a fucking review.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. You say this one you don't worry about as much, right? Like you're not as except when people say it's too happy.
No, I don't worry about it, but I just like, I'm not looking there for what my album is. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I know what my fucking album is. I'm not like leaving it up to people to tell me what it is, you know? So when people read or write something or do a review and it's off, I'm not like, oh, I'm wrong. You know, like, no, that's not correct. Yeah. That's not correct.
No, but you obviously you built a lot of great relationships with artists in this culture. Like, you know, why do you think it is about you that like Ab-Soul, like there's these constant relationships that you have and people that you collaborate with, this sort of community that you've been a big part of in helping their careers too. Like, how did that develop, do you think?
I just like to create. You know, like I really love being around creation. It's really what I love to do. And my career is a thought always, but like I'm just always down to be around people that are making music. Yeah. You know? And I got the vibes, man. Yeah. Come through my spot. We had the vibes. It's one of the most legendary studios, dude. Shit that happened there was amazing.
What is it about Ab-Soul? Like, you got him on the new album too. Like, what do you like about him as an artist?
Soul is just so next level with his like his thinking and his calculation and how many steps ahead of everybody and himself he is with everything he does. So like, it's just like he's someone that being around and just watching him work, you just want to be around people that push you.
Yeah.
You know, it would be, if I hung out with people all the time that I thought I was way better than, what would be the point? You know, you want to be around people that's like, fuck, I need to try, I need to work hard, let's go.
Unconventional guest on the album. He was like, I remember because we did the Rap Radar podcast, he was like, I'll tell you something, Chief Keef and Lil B.
Yeah.
As soon as we get off the mic, you're so proud of it that you had Chief Keef and Lil B on your album.
Because did Chief Keef not kill that fucking verse? Like, what? Fire. Fucking fire.
You can't even say Ric Flair's name right, man. Come on to that right, man.
That's one thing that I pride myself on doing is when I work with people, I don't want to make their song on my album.
Yeah.
You know?
They gotta fit your world or what
like
you're
that,
doing.
I hate that. Like, if you get on it, you're doing a song with Drake. Like, why is it a Drake song? You know what I'm saying? Like, why does it sound like one that could have been on Drake's album? Like, I want to, if I'm working with somebody, I want to bring them into my world, right? So, and it's like, you know, when I did the song for Keith shit, it sounded like a Keith song. Mm-hmm. You know, so
I think the guest artist should complement the other artists.
I mean, I think that the fans deserve that. It's like, take someone out of their element, like give an artist a chance to show how versatile he is and try something new and shine. It's like if you listen, I did a song called Earth with Future, and it's just like some hip hop shit with him spitting, and it's like he fucking kills it, and people be surprised. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, like he raps. Like, what the fuck you think he does for a living? What are you talking about?
What about Lil B, man? He's your spiritual advisor, man. He's on there telling you he loves you on the album.
That guy is just great. Like, as a human being, like, for real. I wanted him to be on the record, and I was trying to think of how to do it, and that just seemed perfect. He actually recorded that in an airport, right? he just I guess voice memoed it and sends it to me, right? I get an email. So I have like 5 minutes of that, and it's fun.
He's like, I'm about to board this
There's so
flight
much
back.
of it. It's so great. But like literally this man is so zoned in, like he's saying that, and at one point, like he's talking, then he stops, and like, because the airport lady, we are now boarding. He's like, time flies, time. We are now boarding for flight C-67 to New York. And then he just, time flies, time. Right back into it.
Pause.
But he was, no, you know, like, but that's, like, to me, like, I love that. Like, Lil B has something to say, and I think, like, with all the stuff that surrounds him, like the reality of the Lil B curse that works.
You believe it is real?
Hell yeah.
I love Lil B for the record.
I mean,
shout out to Lil B.
I'm just saying, like, all that type of stuff, right? Like the Lil B fuck my bitch. People forget that he's like really has something to say, and like, so I just wanted to like let him speak, and he said we are time. Like, that's beautiful. He captured the essence. You know, it's tight.
You also use like Juicy J, Schoolboy Q, Damo, like in different unconventional ways in the album. Like, what was your vision with that?
Well, so Juicy, I don't know, man. I just like, what happened was I made In the Bag. Damo was at the studio, and I was just like, yo, I need you to like go in there and just like hype me up. Like, I need to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that I'm unsure of myself, and hype me up like it's time, right? Yeah. So I do that, and the record just felt like, kind of like reminded me of some old 3-6 shit. So I like wanted to get Juicy in there somehow, but I liked all my verses. So, just being real. But like, I just like the idea that like the song kind of feels like I'm sitting there like this, but Juicy the whole time next to me, like, get him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's right here, and then Juicy's just really hyping me up. So I like that idea. Just bring people in and let them just add a little texture.
You told me you came at the end. You was about to go to sleep towards the end of the process, right? And
Yeah.
Juicy J just woke you up.
When I was younger, I didn't think that like one day Juicy J would wake me up. So, no, because we had been the last couple weeks of the album. I just locked myself in the studio because I was tripped. Like you gotta realize, like this shit was a lot of pressure, right? Because it's not just an album, right? It's not just a follow-up to watching movies. It's like first major label, which was already for me something crazy because I was known as like independent. So it's like in my head, there's this fucking like, oh, now you major label artist. Does this sound too major label-y? You know what I mean? Like, so I'm sitting there like, fuck, like it's gotta be this, it's gotta be that. Like, oh shit. So the last 2 weeks, I literally locked myself in the studio and just started throwing darts at the wall. You know what I'm saying? Like, not literally, but just like recording this, that, trying this, let's do this, let's do that, let's do, you know, being crazy. Just because I wanted to make sure I tried, gave it everything I had. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to know when I turned the album in that there wasn't a thing more I could have done. That, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't slack. Yeah, so I'm up for like a couple of days in a row, and I'm finally about to go to sleep. And I'm like, this is nice. Someone got me a salad, you know. I'm finally about to go to sleep, so I lay down, and I'm like, here we go. 1 minute later, Juicy J's like, what's up, man? And I was just like, let's do it. So got up, and then he just got in there.
Talented creator too, like he produced the Open the Doors, right? And that's like,
Yeah.
you said that's your favorite song, right? Like why is that your favorite?
I love Doors because, thanks. I love Doors because, first of all, just because it's called Doors. I just like that. Right. So, because, like, if anyone who knows me, I have really, really, really bad sleeping issues. Like, really bad. Like, I used to be up for like 3 days at a time, 4 days at a time. And Tyler's someone who goes to sleep like 10 p.m. So
with a cup of milk.
He's fucking great guy. He's going to sleep 10. So it's like one of the last days when we wanted to do the intro, and he came at like 1 a.m. So it was the weirdest I've ever seen him. He was like kind of like, he seemed high, you know what I mean? Because he's just like sleepy and in this weird place. And I'm like, this is fucking perfect because that's what I need the intro to be, you know? And this man played that intro and I fell asleep like in the chair next to him while he was playing it. I was just like, and when I finally woke up, we had some like Chinese food and and I woke up and my leg was asleep, but I really wanted a shrimp. So I just woke up and I was and grabbed a shrimp. So fuck
That's
yeah.
how the magic happens.
No, but then he told me, he was like, you should use this as your intro because you actually fell asleep. And that's what we wanted.
Wait, why should it be the intro because you fell asleep?
Because I wanted the intro to feel like the dream, you know? I wanted that the album was waking you up from, like the portal.
So Matt, my favorite song is Godspeed, man.
So Godspeed, it was like an eye-opening moment, and I made the record, and after I made it, I sent an email to everybody with the song in it.
Everybody in your team?
Yeah, like, and a lot of people cried. You know, like, I used to cry every time I heard it. Cause the voicemail, my brother, I was like, you know, it's some real shit.
Real voicemail.
Yeah. So that moment, that song to me is just really pure honesty, and that's why I don't get the whole happy thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's not the album is a journey. There's confidence, but there's also moments of straight fear. Anyone that says that they don't have moments of fear in their life is bullshit, and like. Unless they're Future.
Fearless Future.
Fearless Future, man. Everybody else has moments of fear. So
we talked about that too, like even career-wise, like people, like when you decide to leave, you made big decisions in your life. You left Rostrum, you signed Warner Brothers, like all these serious moments in your life, and people to me were so caught up in the money that may be attached to it. People didn't look at like these are tough decisions, and not easy decisions to make.
Cause I've had money for a while now, you know. So it's like, it wasn't, the money wasn't like. It wasn't like I saw that number and I was like, yeah, let's go, like, fuck everything, let's get, like, it felt like for a second I was scared that I was fucking up. You get worried about your legacy, which is not what you should be doing, right? That was my problem. I kept on thinking about how will I be remembered, right? When this is over, what will I be remembered for? What am I gonna, I wasn't worrying about the present, which is most important. So for me, that was a big shift in state of mind, was to stop worrying about what people would say when I was dead and gone, and start worrying about what I was doing today. You know, like,
why do you think you were concerned with that? Why did you so focus on
because
the big picture?
Everybody is fucking Jesus in their own story. You know what I mean? Like, everyone has that, where it's like, in your mind, you're the protagonist, man. You're out here and it's all about you. The world revolves around you. So, you know, I'm thinking about this, you know, I have all this music I leave behind. What did I do to change the world? How did I help? What does my music mean? How am I viewed as an artist? Did I push myself? Did whatever? So decisions started having too much to do with that, you know? Mm-hmm. It's like, do you want to sign a major? Well, no, because if I sign a major, then in 50 years, when they look back at me, then it's like, who the fuck cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, so once I got rid of that, it was easy. Yeah. And like, you just had to kind of jump into it.